Welcome back to 340 Paddler, and today I want to talk about the safety boats. And of course, every safety boat we think of looks exactly like this, or at least my 3-year-old thinks that they all look exactly like this ever since I found this photo. Anyway, safety boats can take on many different forms. You can find these John boats, we have the Reaper, we have any number of different forms. What they all have in common is this flag. They're going to have a yellow 340 flag. That's to distinguish them from your average fisherman who's out there, who might be a little bit alarmed if suddenly people start coming up to him begging for water or whatever else. And the safety boats are everywhere. There are approximately 20 safety boats out there during the race in different areas, different segments. Not every safety boat will run all the way to the finish, but you're well covered along the way. And they will be posted throughout the course. This, of course, being the first safety boat, the Call Warrior. And you may not always see them, but they're always available. They're always around, so they can get to you fairly quickly. So, what kind of signals will you get, and what kind of signals do you need to give to a safety boat? Well, the safety boat may come by and give you a thumbs up. What they're looking for is a response of a thumbs up. That tells them that everything's good. Don't worry about it. I'm in good shape. Nothing to worry about here. If you just wave at them, they may or may not accept that. They really want to make sure that you're conscious and thinking amongst other things. Breathing is also a good one. Now, if you start doing this and waving yourself around, they're probably going to stop by, possibly to ask where you got a giant inflatable wavy arm thing. If you're doing this, they're going to tell you you're wearing the wrong clothes for August in Missouri. But they'll come by and see what's going on. And if you do this, they'll definitely stop by. So waving your arms at them, waving your paddle, yelling, any number of things, usually visual, yelling isn't always effective on the river, will draw their attention and bring them to you. If they come by on their own volition, just kind of stopping by your boat and seeing how you're doing, it doesn't mean you're in trouble or anything. It just means maybe they're checking on everyone. They may be passing information, such as a coming barge. So make sure that you're paying attention if they do pull up on you. So what happens if you want to contact a safety boat and they're not right there? Well, that's where the safety card comes in. If you need to get in touch with a safety boat, and please note this is an old card from 2014, these numbers may have changed. But it has 2 phone numbers on there for Scott Mansker or whoever's in charge of the safety boats at the time. You call that number. If in doubt, call that number. So what you're going to want to do is, for example, last year my boat sunk at Cooper's Landing. I taped it up, did a quick repair. Before heading out, my ground crew called Scott and basically said, hey, he's going to Jeff City. His boat's taped up, but please keep an eye out. Now, that doesn't mean that I got an escort from a safety boat. What it does mean is that they were aware of the fact that a problem could arise, and they kind of kept, a loose eye on it. They were at least aware that a situation could be there if the tape let go and my boat suddenly sank in the middle of the Missouri River. So you may not always see them, but they're always watching. They also carry certain emergency supplies, including the Reaper. The Reaper, after all, is of course a safety boat. For example, they generally will have water. So if you run out of water, you can flag down a safety boat. If you start flagging them down all the time, there might be some issues, but in general, say you just didn't pack enough or you sprung a leak in the boat, whatever else, you can flag them down, get some water. Sometimes they even have electrolytes in the form of one of the many aids, such as Powerade, Gatorade, or Brondo. Unfortunately, they also have no beer, at least not beer that they're willing to share with us until after the race. So the safety boats are there for our safety. They're keeping an eye out. They're trying to make sure that everyone is covered. So remember, no matter what, they're always there and they're always watching. And there's absolutely no truth to the rumor that this is one of the safety boats being used this year. This is 340 Paddler reminding you to keep your paddle in the water.